It's got its own countdown. I don't know. All right, we're recording.
Oh shit! We're live.
Are we live?
I love that you said alright. I love that you said alright. It's recording and there's a little countdown on our screen.
I guess we don't have to do the fingers anymore. We're counting us in.
Yeah, thank God.
Oh man,
Season 3 chains for sure.
What's this saying? It's
show.
uploading.
Season
I want to
3
make sure that we're...
chains for sure. 3?
Yes. So we're still on a hiatus. Season 3 premieres November 22nd. So put that in your calendars. This is season 2.5.
That's definitely somewhere
So
between.
not season
I think
2,
this
not
is
season
something
3.
that we
Somewhere in
agreed,
between.
us and possibly Julio, whenever he can join us. We're going to get together for most sporting events that we are all going to simultaneously watch and try to give our predictions on. I think the majority of us have agreed that it's going to be mostly fights.
What a fight we got coming up!
Right.
Canelo versus Caleb Plant. And what a fight we got coming up! You know, Canelo versus Caleb Plant.
This is crazy.
Unified
I remember
168.
I remember back in the days when the biggest fight at the time was going to be Canelo versus Triple G. And now that's like leaps and bounds away, which is insane to me.
And I know Caleb Plant isn't as well known as Triple G. And I know Caleb Plant isn't as well known as Triple G, but it has almost that same feel, like that big fight feel.
I'm looking at it more like it has this big fight feel, not because of Caleb Plant. And don't get me wrong, respectable fighter and champion in his own right. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to take that from the guy, but I feel like it's more of us watching the culmination of a movie that we've watched over the last 11 months. Now, are we going to see the protagonist come out on top? Or are we going to see the protagonist come up short?
To put it in perspective,
Right.
Yeah. Which to put it in perspective, Canelo is on the verge of unifying within a 12-month period. So he fought Callum Smith for the WBA WBC back in December,
Right.
and then in February he had his mandatory, and then Cinco de Mayo, Billy Joe Saunders for the WBO, and here we are in November now for the last strap that IBF that Caleb Plant's holding.
Bro, other than boxing, that's unheard of. Like,
4 fights in 12 months?
Yeah, it's unheard of in modern day boxing. So impressive.
4 fights in 12 months
on Canelo's part. You know, I will say, as far as for Caleb Plant, you do have to applaud his journey. He has fought through a lot of adversity. I don't know if you guys watched that Showtime special. Yeah. So what did you guys get from that?
I did. Yep.
Yeah. Him and his wife are a team.
Yeah. Not only that, but you know, I think they had either a daughter or a son that passed away at 2 years old, and he had like his daughter, right? So that's tough. That's tough right there. So like, there's no questioning his grit, his mentality. But I think he bit more than he could shoot with Canelo. It's a different level.
Yeah, that kind of hits hard for me because since I lost my son, so I definitely feel that kind of pain, and I also feel how he was able to take that experience and rise from it. Because I went back to school and got my degree and ended up making a game myself, which is something I said I'd do.
Something else that I learned. Yeah, so you know the mental strength that you need to recover from something like that.
Yeah, he used to get.
And then something else that I learned is that Caleb Plant used to train at the Mayweather gym.
Oh,
I'm sorry to get my ass. Yeah, so when he was like 4-0, 5-0.
I know nothing about that.
The whipping boy, right? That's what they call him, the whipping boy.
So I moved out of my parents' house.
Yeah, which after getting whooped so many times, that also changes your mentality where you're like, I'm tired of getting my ass whooped. And you start getting better. Relatable guy. Caleb Plant's a really relatable guy.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like,
relatable guy.
The dude definitely has things that make you want to see.
Relatable guy. Caleb Plant's a really relatable guy.
Just not tomorrow.
I think they mentioned it too in episode 2 that in the different circumstances, Caleb and Canelo, they could have been friends. Could have gone along, you know. But
what did he say that crossed the line?
yeah. He said motherfucker. I think they mentioned it too in episode 2.
How like Canelo's like,
in different circumstances, Caleb Plant and Canelo, then, they could have been friends.
A previous encounter,
could have gone
who called him a motherfucker?
You know?
What did he say that crossed the line again?
Yeah.
He said motherfucker.
Like Canelo said in the first All Access special, he's a troublemaker.
Yeah. Since the very beginning. Yeah.
And
then he did that same thing to Demetrius Andrade.
So, yeah, I mean, did you guys get a chance to watch
anything? Like Canelo said in the first All Access special, he's a troublemaker.
Canelo might have or will have with Caleb Plant.
Since the very beginning. Caleb Plant's taller than Canelo, longer reach. You know, Caleb Plant's taller than Canelo, longer reach, slickness. So I think if he fights at a distance, he could pose some trouble in the other rounds for Canelo. But with Canelo, you know, Caleb Plant's taller than Canelo, longer reach, and he does have similarities to Arizona Lara and Mayweather with the slickness. So I think if he fights at a distance, he could pose some trouble in the other rounds for Canelo. But with Canelo, he's always thinking in there, and I think he's going to be setting up traps to counter. And as soon as Caleb starts feeling that power to the body, the hip, pretty much wherever Canelo can get a hold of, he's going to start slowing down. I don't think he has the legs of Lara to box all 12 rounds, and he's not as defensive as Mayweather to not get caught and hit.
Gives him a left hook into the body. That's how he's going to counter that left jab.
I kind of see the stoppage going Canelo's way with a body shot. I think that's how he's going to stop him.
I think the fight with
going Canelo's way with a body shot. I think that's how he's going to stop him.
I think the fight with the southpaw though.
Yeah, and I think Caleb Plant's orthodox right-hander. So. And I kind of see the stoppage going Canelo's way with a body shot. I think that's how he's going to stop him.
I think the fight with Billy Joe was pretty much him testing his ability to deal with the southpaw though.
So. And I think Caleb Plant's orthodox right-hander, so should be simpler than Billy Joe. And I think if we go by like the Vegas odds makers, they have Caleb Plant as the weakest champ. So when Canelo fought Caleb Smith,
that's crazy.
Canelo was a -700 favorite.
Right.
When he fought Billy Joe, Canelo was a -500 favorite.
The more you're favored,
now going into the fight with Caleb Plant, Canelo again is a favorite, and is -900.
So you'd have to bet $900
-900
$100.
Okay.
So
he's a favorite, but he's still minus.
Yeah, well, basically, what better return on the Billy Joe fight?
Yeah.
With Canelo.
So. Everybody, you guys can see the bandana. You guys know which way I'm leaning. I have to. He's my guy. I've rooted for him ever since forever. Remember when everybody was like, oh, Triple G's the real deal? Yeah. Nah, bro. I'm not really Canelo. I'm not even, bro. Like,
so you had a better return on the Billy Joe fight with the Canelo.
Like, I don't know. I've been riding with him for years. Billy Joe hasn't been a bigger threat. I personally think that Plant is essentially... you guys remember when Majin Buu sucked up all the good fighters and then used all their best abilities to make himself better? That's what Caleb Plant is to me. Caleb Plant is Canelo's Majin Buu fight.
I see that.
He does kind of. He does kind of look like him. Shit.
No. Like the fighting style of, like like the fighting style of, this fucking arm right here. Caleb Smith, right? He has the quick hands, like, what's his name?
He does kind of.
His jaw. I'm sorry. No, he has a near calm.
He kind of look like him. Shit.
And, shit, like, he's an American boxer, which is something that people are saying that Canelo's avoiding. Are supposed to be able to stop Canelo. Because the one thing he does not have are supposed to be able to stop Canelo. Because the one thing he does not have, like, again, I respect him as a fighter. I wish him the best of luck in that. Like, again, I respect him as a fighter. I wish him the best of luck in that win.
True.
But I just don't think he has enough to win. But I just don't think he has enough power behind his punches to make Canelo respect him.
Yeah.
Has enough.
Who knows? We may see another level. It's going to be a fun fight. I definitely see it being very, very competitive in the early rounds.
Oh, definitely. I don't see this.
Competitive in the early rounds.
Oh, definitely. I don't see this. I have to guess.
Yeah.
I would say a technical.
And who knows? We may see another level to
in the
Caleb
eighth
Plant
or
that we've
ninth
never
round.
seen because of his opposition. You know, some fighters do rise to the occasion.
I don't think.
And find other gear.
I've seen a lot of tape
it's going to be a fun fight.
Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
I definitely see it being very, very competitive in the early rounds.
Trying to hold your own against somebody fucking wailing on you. It's not easy. But I see him getting winded in the later rounds in most fights.
All right. Freak out, yeah.
He kind of tails off.
You just mentioned something that kind of like triggered my memory. Okay.
Andre
Ward was at Caleb Plant's training camp and was giving him advice on how to be better and maybe a blueprint on how to be Canelo. Based on how to be better and maybe a blueprint on how to be Canelo. And just being a tactician there inside the ring. But when he fought Kovalev in the second fight, he knocked him out. And Andre Ward's not known for his power and still found a way to get there.
Yeah.
So maybe can Caleb Plant, someone who's not known for the power. And well, you did mention something that kind of like triggered my memory.
That's possible.
Andre Ward was at Caleb Plant's training camp.
Says, right?
And was giving him advice on how to be better and maybe a blueprint of how to be Canelo. And Andre Ward was also known for his defense, just being a tactician there inside the ring. But when he fought Kovalev in that second fight, he knocked him out. And Andre Ward's not known for his power and still found a way to get there. So maybe can Caleb Plant, someone who's not known for the power, actually hurt Canelo? When Canelo was younger, I think in his teenage years.
Yeah,
and
I can see it.
By Jose Miguel Cotto's older brother. He was doing the stanky leg dance.
Yeah.
But I think since then, his jaw has fully developed, and he's like at his peak right now.
Yeah.
If he can triple G shot.
True, but he's been known to be able to take some. He can tank some damage.
Unless he gets Billy Joe.
That Triple G fight. That Triple G fight. and I know some people mentioned that when Canelo was younger, I think in his teenage years, and he got rocked by Jose Miguel Cotto, Miguel Cotto's older brother.
Right.
Like he was doing the stanky leg dance.
A good 60% chance
but I think since then, his jaw has fully developed. He's like at his peak right now. I think if he can triple G shot,
chance, but I have to give him that extra 10%.
Unless he doesn't see it coming,
because he's a champion.
He can absorb it.
He's not somebody challenging for the belt.
Yeah, didn't see that coming. I think it also depends what kind of Canelo shows up. If it's the Canelo from the first Triple G fight, I can see the first 6 rounds being very even, going to draw, and then Canelo kind of taking over in the later half. But if it's the Canelo from the second Triple G fight, straight Terminator Destroyer type.
Dude, that was crazy.
I think it'd be early stoppage.
Right.
I think it could be. I
It's a champion's fight, so he's going for that job.
I think it also depends what kind of Canelo shows up. If it's the Canelo from the first Triple G fight, I can see the first 6 rounds being very even, going to a draw, and then Canelo kind of taking over in the later half. But if it's the Canelo from the second Triple G fight, straight Terminator Destroyer type,
Khan himself made it very personal because
I think it'd be early stoppage.
Not only did he attack him for past, failed drug tests, but once somebody in his camp failed their drug test,
he's going for that job. That's all I can say about that.
It's Canelo's fault as well.
He made it clear in interviews. It's personal for him.
Just because one of your friends is a crackhead doesn't mean all of your friends are crackheads.
Feel it.
Dude. As far as as far as Plant goes, how do you guys? What do you guys actually think about the opponents that he's had to face?
Not that many big names, to be honest. I think only Jose Uspatagi. I'm probably butchering his last name. Right, with the Oscar Valdez thing recently. Probably. He went on social media and
that motherfucker did cross the line on that one.
For the most part, he hasn't fought.
You say what you want about me. I honestly don't think that he can test it. I'm not gonna say that he can't contend with Canelo, but I don't think he's had enough of.
Not many big names, to be honest. I think only Jose Uskatagi. I'm probably butchering his last name.
I wouldn't have
to agree. Which is who he beat for the belt. It's probably his best name on his resume.
Yes. Again,
he has Antipepe Darrell on there. But
champion nonetheless.
For the most part, he hasn't fought at the level of opponents.
I honestly don't think that he's been tested enough. So I'm not going to say that he can't contend with Canelo.
That have challenged for some
but I don't think he's had enough of fights to really compare himself to the same caliber that Canelo is.
Yeah.
He's 21-0 right now?
I want to say it's 23-0.
Yeah, I'll look it up real quick.
Out of all of those fights, again, hard as hell to make sure you won them, that's cool. But when it comes down to very high caliber fighters, and you can, I'm trying to see if, because I'm wondering if, like, I don't think he's been challenged enough to the point where he's really got to dig down deep in order to get this win.
I don't think so.
He's what, 21-0 right now? He lost to Mayweather.
I want to say it's 23-0.
Yeah.
Let me check that.
21-0 with 12 knockouts.
And out of all of those fights, like, again, you fought hard as hell to make sure you won them. That's cool.
So
but when it comes down to very high caliber fighters,
Canelo has more knockouts
and you pitting yourself against them truly challenged.
Fights.
Aside from him winning the belt, I don't see anyone in that resume to where he can really equate himself to the same level Canelo's been in. Because Canelo's, he lost to Mayweather and took that experience and turned it into something else.
Hey, bro, Amir Khan was a good adversary, dude. Don't get me wrong, like.
He was, but the thing with Amir Khan is, like, he's known for his glass jaw.
I mean, it broke, didn't it?
I'm gonna say that's true. Let me look at that up real quick.
And those knockouts are probably with higher caliber fighters too.
I mean, Sergey Kovalev at light heavyweight.
59 fights, 56 wins.
I know it wasn't the same Kovalev, but that's the Amir Khan.
It's not even a ratio. My entire part was
he was.
Canelo has more knockouts.
But the thing with Amir Khan is, like, he's known for his glass jaw.
Check that bad boy a couple times, and that's it. 38 knockouts.
It did.
He's already got knockouts. Light him up.
Yeah, I mean, just going off the names after the Triple G fight, Daniel Jacobs is a credible opponent. 38 knockouts. Sergey Kovalev. Yeah.
So by that ratio,
Kevin Smith.
Joe Saunders. None of those names are pushovers.
Although after the Joe fight, Saunders fight. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure those within those 38 knockouts, you can find caliber fighters that are even higher than the ones he's already got knockouts from.
So as far as really goes,
just going off the names
boxing,
after the Triple G fight. Daniel Jacobs is a credible opponent. He fought him.
He was too good of a fighter.
Sergey Kovalev, Kalen Smith,
pack it up like that.
Billy Joe Saunders. None of those names are pushovers.
Oh. Although after the Joe fight, the Saunders fight,
his was with Warriors. You have to go out on your shield with your shoulder on it.
You talking about eating tube steak?
He said, like, have to carry me in a body bag.
Well, I think he probably said he was taking a quick break and then going right back to training. And someone probably did that whole news shit where they take your words and reimpose them into something else. Wasn't he the one that's saying, like, if you don't win a fight like this, no, that was somebody else.
No, I think it was him.
I mean, what do you guys have any questions, anything that you guys might want to ask the rest of us as far as this fight
so
goes?
you don't quit. He said, like, you gotta have to carry me in a body bag.
So I think he probably said he was taking a quick break and then going right back to training. And I'm assuming someone probably, did that whole news shit where they take your words and reimpose them into something else.
8 or 9.
So someone else probably saying, "Oh, that sounded like retirement. Billy Joe Saunders is retired."
No. All right, I'm gonna give Plant a little more credit than probably you guys.
Fuck you and these prices right rules.
No, I mean, I think we know your pick, Rick. Bulls. Let's go final prediction. So you're saying stop it, Rick, in 7, 8 rounds?
8 or 9.
8 or 9 rounds? Okay. What about you, Marcus?
I'm gonna take the 6th and 7th. Definitely the 7th though.
So you think in 10 rounds with a body shot?
All right, I'm gonna give Plant a little more credit than probably you guys, and I'm gonna
do 9.5 rounds.
Well, actually, the over under for rounds in Vegas is 9.5. So I'm
shit. It ended in the 9th.
I'm gonna do 10 rounds with the body shot by Canelo. I got Canelo by knockout.
I just think it's gonna. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm being courteous with him, right? Like, I'm giving him his respect. 8, 9 rounds.
Caleb Plant's gonna come out.
I personally believe if he comes out aggressive and he really wants to stand
steal a couple rounds.
With Canelo,
he's gonna take Canelo probably until the 6th or 7th round for him to actually get going.
He's not going more than 5 rounds.
Well, I mean, shit. It was basically the same case with Saunders, right? It ended in the 9th.
I'm just saying, bro, like,
8th
round.
Didn't I call that?
He got cogged back by Triple G, and he still kept coming at him. That's intimidating as fuck. like Jose said, right? Terminator style, bro.
Yeah, I think Caleb planning to fight Ronda Lara for 12 rounds. And like I said, he doesn't have the legs to do that. No. That's the wrong style.
Yeah, bro, that's just putting too much out there on them. For the first time, motherfucker was like, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, some motherfucker was like,
the press
nothing.
In LA, no, may have given us a few to fight. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I think Caleb needs to fight like Arizona Lara for 12 rounds.
And
like I said, he doesn't have the legs to do that.
Like,
every time I say that shit, I think of the time with fucking Gohan with Super Saiyan 2 and Cell punched him for the first time. This motherfucker was like,
brought him back up and then fed him the right. Brought him back up and then fed him the right.
Man, I mean the press conference in LA may have given us a preview to this fight. Where the plants one overhand slap that didn't catch Canelo, got countered with 2 slaps.
Gauge his range, right? Like, oh yeah, is that I have well gauge his range, right? Like, oh yeah, is that I have. It's your ass now. Alright boys, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Let's hope that we're right, because otherwise I'm gonna look stupid in this bandana.
I swear to God, I thought I saw him whisper in his ear. This was just for you.
So either way, as long as it's a great fight, I think we all.
Or gauge his reflexes.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, it's your ass now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it, man. So let's see how it goes tomorrow. Right. So either way, as long as it's a great fight, I think we all win.
Yep.
Can we get a Mexican grito? All right, that's gonna do it for us. Catch you later, guys. All right, peace. Yes. All right, peace. Yes. All right, peace.